yeah.
Those
Cards,
gold and silver.
chips. I want to see like flashy Vegas. I want it to be tacky like Mall.
One of the things that I love most about my show is that when I travel the world, a lot of people tell me that we inspire them to want to bake. We inspire them to, want to go to culinary school. In the world of reality television and culinary shows, one name that stands out from the rest is Buddy Valastro, the celebrity pastry chef and star of the show Cake Boss. For years, viewers were smitten by the artistic wonders he and his team created at Carlo's Bakery in Hoboken, New Jersey. With its intricate cakes and larger-than-life personalities, Cake Boss became a renowned staple in the world of baking shows. But as the saying goes, nothing lasts forever, and certainly not Cake Boss. What could have possibly happened? Why did this beloved show decline? Join us as we explore the rise and fall of Cake Boss. From Hoboken to the world, Buddy Valastro, also known as the Cake Boss, is a renowned and well-loved American baker and television personality. His journey from a small bakery in Hoboken to becoming a household name in the baking industry is a tale of passion, hard work, and family values. Bartolo Buddy Valastro Jr. was born on March 3, 1977, in Hoboken, New Jersey. He was the fourth of 5 children in the Valastro family. Buddy's father, Bartolo Sr., was the founder of Carlo's Bakery, a small but well-respected Italian bakery known for its delicious pastries and cakes. Buddy's early introduction to the world of bakery and his father's commitment and determination to serve quality pastries left a lasting impression on him. Whilst growing up, Buddy spent hours at the bakery, learning and observing from his father and other family members who worked beside him. He developed a deep love for baking, and it became quite obvious that he had a knack for crafting beautiful and delicious cakes. Now, despite his passion for baking, life is not a bed of roses. His life took a tragic turn at the age of 17. In 1994, his father, Bartolo Sr., passed away due to lung cancer. The loss of his father was a devastating blow, both on a personal and professional level. Buddy was suddenly thrust into the spotlight and had to assume responsibility. The role of running the family bakery was suddenly on him, despite his young age and relative lack of experience. This period was marked by large challenges, and it was a steep learning curve. Buddy's mother, Mary Valastro, played a pivotal role in supporting him during this critical period. She became a source of strength and wisdom, helping him navigate the complexities and challenges that come with the bakery business, while keeping the family together. Under Buddy's leadership, Carlo's Bakery began to evolve and expand. He did not shy away from the responsibility of carrying forward his family legacy, whilst also adding his creative touch to the business. Buddy introduced new recipes and cake designs that meant that Carlo's Bakery was a destination for cake enthusiasts. One of Buddy's earliest innovations was the introduction of a wider variety of cakes, from traditional Italian pastries to elaborate wedding and specialty cakes. His attention to detail and artistic flair soon became evident in the bakery's creation. Word quickly spread about the amazing cakes and pastries that were emerging from Carlo's Bakery, attracting customers from far and near. Despite serving up quality pastries, Carlo's Bakery remained just a bakery in Hoboken. How then did it manage to become one of the most iconic bakeries in the United States? What were the challenges it faced? Cake Boss takes television by storm. The turning point in Buddy Valastro's career as a baker came when he was discovered by a television producer. In 2009, TLC launched Cake Boss, a television series that documented the day-to-day activities at Carlo's Bakery and showcased Buddy's incredible skills at making and decorating cakes, as well as the challenges that come with running a family-owned business. Cake Boss was an instant hit and became a cultural phenomenon. Viewers were captivated by Buddy's charisma, his immense dedication to his craft, and the loving dynamic within the Valastro family. The show not only propelled Buddy and the Carlo's Bakery to the limelight, but also sparked nationwide interest in cake decoration and the artistry behind it. Buddy's reputation as a cake artist grew. His unique approach to cake decorating involved innovative techniques and incredible attention to detail. He was known for creating cakes that were not only delicious, but also visually stunning. Some of his most iconic creations include life-sized cake sculptures and intricate wedding cakes that seemed like works of art. Buddy's artistic creations extended beyond traditional cake designs. He embraced the challenge of creating customized cakes for various events and occasions, from extravagant weddings to elaborate birthday parties. His ability to turn any idea into a cake masterpiece earned him a dedicated fan base in the bakery business and also countless accolades. Throughout his rise to fame, Buddy Valastro remained rooted in his strong family values. Carlo's bakery continued to be a family-run business, with Buddy's sisters, Lisa and Grace, and his brother-in-law playing a key role in its operations. This strong commitment to family was not just for the sake of tradition, but it was a fundamental part of the bakery's identity. Buddy often emphasized the importance of family in his work, and his interaction with his wife, Lisa Valastro, and their 4 children was a heartwarming aspect of Cake Boss. His dedication to his family and the balance he struck between work and personal life served as an inspiration to many aspiring entrepreneurs. Cake Boss has been on air for over 10 years, and during that time there have been some memorable moments. In one of the most memorable moments, a massive chandelier cake collapsed during the photo shoot. The cake was so heavy that it couldn't carry its weight and came crashing down. Buddy and his team once created a life-size replica of a toilet for a customer. The cake was complete with edible toilet water and flushing noises. For Halloween, Buddy and his team created a zombie cake that was so realistic it was scary. The cake had rotten skin, exposed organs, and even blood dripping from its eye. And no, the fun did not stop there for this crew of talented bakers. The crew once made a cake for a cat and dog couple. The cake was complete with a tiny bride and groom, as well as a wedding party of other animals. In a special episode of Cake Boss, Buddy competed against his rival Duff Goldman in a cake-making competition. The 2 bakers created elaborate cakes that were judged by a panel of celebrity chefs. In addition to these specific things, many other things made Cake Boss such a memorable show. But Buddy Valastro's personality is one of the reasons why the show is so popular. He was energetic, passionate, and always up for a challenge. The show also featured a cast of colorful characters, including Buddy's family and friends. One positive aspect of the show was the emotional aspect of the show. When Buddy's mother passed in 2017, the show dedicated an episode to honor her memory. Buddy and his family spoke about how much their mother meant to them and how she inspired them all to pursue their dreams. There were many other times when Buddy and his team showed their compassion and empathy for Cake Boss. For example, they created cakes for people with disabilities, people with lost loved ones, and people going through difficult times. They also donated cakes to charity organizations that support important causes. Buddy and his team are incredibly talented bakers, and they create cakes that are not only visually stunning, but also delicious. Cake Boss has something for everyone, and that was one of the reasons it became successful. Cake Boss, Laws of Diminishing Return. With increasing popularity, the show soon expanded to include spin-offs, specials, and international versions, including Kitchen Boss, Cake Boss, Next Great Baker, and Buddy's Bakery Rescue to spread Valastro's family charm worldwide. Carlo's bakery itself experienced a surge of business, with patrons flocking from all corners to taste the creations that they had admired on their screens. In addition to television, Buddy Valastro and Carlo's bakery were also featured in various magazines and newspapers. Their cakes graced the covers of baking and lifestyle publications, and Buddy himself became a sought-after guest on talk shows. Now, the constant presence of Cake Boss saturated the market, and as a result, some viewers have begun to feel oversaturated. As the saying goes, familiarity breeds contempt. While Buddy's charisma and the bakery's delicious cake creations initially endeared themselves to viewers, overexposure caused some viewers to lose interest. The novelty of the show soon began to wear off, and its charms soon began to fade. This overexposure sure made it difficult for Cake Boss to maintain its initial level of viewership and enthusiasm. The show soon began to edge closer to its end. Negative publicity can have a significant impact on the reputation of a television cast, and the same thing happened with Cake Boss. In 2013, it was revealed that Buddy Valastro paid his workers below minimum wage. This was a clear violation of the Fair Labor Standards Act, which requires employers to pay their employees at least minimum wage. His employees claimed that they were being paid as little as $5 per hour, when the minimum wage in New Jersey was $8.25 at the time. He also faced accusations of creating a hostile work environment. Employees claimed that Valastro was verbally abusive and that he created a climate of fear and intimidation in the workplace. They also alleged that Buddy engaged in bullying his employees for no reason. In response to these allegations, he denied paying his workers below minimum wage and that he had always paid his employees a fair wage. He also denied creating a hostile environment, and he claimed that the allegations against him were false. However, in 2014, Buddy settled with the Department of Labor and Workforce Development. The settlement required him to pay back wages to his employees and to implement new policies to ensure his employees are well paid and that they work in a respectful and safe environment. The allegations against him damaged his reputation and have led some viewers to boycott the show and overall the business. In 2014, Buddy faced a legal issue that resulted in negative publicity, and as a result, a shadow was cast on Cake Boss. His arrest for DUI, driving under the influence, garnered substantial media interest. The incident involved Buddy being pulled over by a police officer in Manhattan, New York, after driving erratically. He was subsequently arrested for drunk driving. The negative publicity surrounding this arrest tarnished the clean and wholesome image that the Valastro family had cultivated on Cake Boss. Furthermore, the show faced criticism for an incident regarding transgender celebrity Carmen Carrera. In an episode, Carmen was brought on the show as part of a prank involving a gender reveal cake. The incident was deemed transphobic by many viewers and advocacy groups. The use of someone's gender identity as a prank was considered offensive and insensitive, leading to backlash against the show and its host. This controversy caused some viewers to question their support for the show, and eventually it led to a decline in its overall appeal. Later in 2015, an employee whose name was not disclosed due to privacy reasons alleged misconduct and inappropriate behavior in the workplace. The allegations brought forth by the former employee were disturbing and serious. She claimed that Buddy had engaged in a pattern of inappropriate behavior, which included making mean comments and gestures that created a hostile work environment. This lawsuit generated considerable media attention, which only added to the negative publicity surrounding Buddy Valastro and the Cake Boss brand. It was a damaging blow to the show's and Buddy's reputation. The decline in ratings was also one of the critical factors in the cancellation of the television show. The ratings began to drop significantly in 2015, marking the beginning of the end for the long-running series. More so, the television viewership trends evolved, and the competition in the reality TV genre intensified. New shows with fresh concepts and engaging personalities began to capture the attention of audiences. Cake Boss began to appear outdated and out of touch with contemporary preferences. All these factors combined to create a perfect storm that led to Cake Boss experiencing a steady decline in ratings throughout 2015 and 2016. As ratings continued to plummet, it became increasingly clear that the show was no longer the powerhouse it once was. Ultimately, this led to the cancellation of the show in 2017. Now, since the closure of the show, the cast members have gone on to pursue a variety of endeavors, showcasing their talents in the culinary and entertainment world. From expanding their bakery businesses to launching their television show, each member of the cast has found unique paths to continue their success. Life beyond Cake Boss. Buddy Valastro has remained active in the food industry. He's continued to operate his other bakeries in New Jersey and Las Vegas, and has also expanded his business to include a line of food products and a restaurant. In 2018, Buddy launched Buddy V's Italian restaurant in Las Vegas, a restaurant that serves classic Italian dishes as well as some of his signature creations such as his lobster tail pastry. Buddy has continued to work on television. He currently stars in the Discovery Plus series, Bake Squad, in which he and a team of other bakers help home bakers complete their dream cakes. He also hosts the Food Network show, Buddy V's Duff, in which he competes against fellow pastry chef Duff Goldman. In addition to his work on television and in the restaurant industry, he has released several cookbooks and food products. Meet the casts. Mauro Castano is Buddy Valastro's right-hand man and the talented pastry chef at Carlo's Bakery. Born in Milan, Italy, Mauro moved to the United States at the age of 7, arriving on February 15, 1976. His family roots are spread across Italy. His father hails from Bernalda, Basilicata, and his mother is from near Reggio Emilia in Emilia-Romagna. Mauro's personal life is deeply intertwined with Buddy's family, as he is married to Buddy's second oldest sister, Maddalena. Their love story began on September 16, 1989, when they had their first date, orchestrated by Maddalena's father. The couple married on October 1991, and together they have 3 children, Dominique, Bartolo, Buddy, and Mary. Joey Fauno is the head baker at Carlo's Bakery and another key figure in the family dynamic. He is married to Buddy's oldest sister, Grace, and together they have 2 children, Robert and Bartolena. Joey is responsible for many of the bakery's signature creations, ensuring that the baked goods live up to the high standards set by Buddy and the team. Frank Franchi, Amato Jr., is a cake decorator and Buddy's second cousin. With 2 children of his own, Franchi has also taken on the role of godfather to Buddy's son, Marco. His creative touch in the bakery has helped elevate many of the extravagant cake designs that have made Carlo's Bakery famous. Danny Dragon is a longtime family friend and versatile employee at the bakery. He has been a part of the team since before Buddy was born, working in various roles that earned him the nickname, the Mule, for his adaptability. Danny's daughter, Tatiana, also works at the bakery, continuing the family tradition of service and dedication to the business. Grace Fogno, Buddy's oldest sister, is another integral part of the front counter, and in later seasons of the show, takes on roles in cake decoration and the delivery of special orders. Grace is married to Joey Fogno, the head baker, and together they balance family life with running the bakery. Maddalena Castano, Buddy's second oldest sister, manages the front counter at Carlo's Bakery. Married to Mauro, the pastry chef, she helps keep the bakery running smoothly. They have 3 children, Dominique, Buddy, and Mary. Maddalena plays a key role in managing the day-to-day operations of the bakery. Mary Ciarone is Buddy's third oldest sister and works as a cake consultant at Carlo's Bakery. She has 2 children, Joseph and Lucia. Mary became part of a major storyline when she was temporarily fired in the 5th season after making inappropriate comments during filming. However, she was rehired as a cake consultant a few weeks later and returned to her full-time role at the bakery in the episode titled Silly Seuss and Surprise. Lisa Valastro, Buddy's youngest sister, helps manage the storefront and handles some billing tasks. Lisa's life took a turn in the earlier seasons when her husband, Remigio Remy Gonzalez, was arrested on charges of sexual assault leading to their divorce. Remy had been Buddy's left-hand man at the bakery, and his arrest was a significant moment in the show's history. Lisa and Remy have 3 children, Teresa Tessie Colgrove, John Colgrove, and Isabella Valastro. The birth of Isabella was highlighted in the 3rd season episode, Mother's Day, Mama and Mom-to-be. Remigio Remy Gonzalez was Buddy's former right-hand man and the husband of Buddy's sister, Lisa. Remy appeared on the show for a period before he was arrested for sexual assault in 2010. He was sentenced to 9 years in prison after pleading guilty to the assault of a 13-year-old girl and was expected to be deported to his home country of Mexico following his release. He served time and was released in April 2018, though he has not returned to public life. Salvatore Sal Picanic was a beloved and longtime employee at Carlo's Bakery. Known for his dedication and trustworthiness, Sal worked at the bakery for decades, starting in 1964. He was awarded the Employee of the Century Award in the summer of 2010, a recognition of his years of service. Sadly, Sal passed away on January 30, 2011, after a battle with cancer, marking the end of an era for the bakery. Stephanie Sunshine Fernandez was a top cake decorator at Carlo's Bakery and the first female employee who did not work in sales, as Buddy Valastro pointed out. Before leaving to pursue nursing school, Sunshine made an impact on the bakery's creations, even appearing on the show's spin-off, Next Great Baker. She was chosen by Season 2 winner, Marissa Lopez, to help create her American Dream Cake, showcasing her talent before stepping away from the bakery to focus on her new career path. Paul Conti was a bakery employee who appeared briefly on Next Great Baker in Season 3. Unfortunately, his time at the bakery was cut short when he lost his home and job due to the devastation of Hurricane Sandy. Despite this setback, Paul eventually found a new job at a baking supply company, continuing his career in the baking industry. The team at Carlo's Bakery is much more than just co-workers. They are a close-knit family, with each member playing a unique and important role. Whether it's the expertise of the head baker, the creativity of the decorators, or the support of the family members behind the scenes, everyone contributes to the bakery's success and its ongoing legacy. Their dedication, loyalty, and the personal stories that intertwine with their work have helped make Carlo's Bakery a beloved institution. Away from the spotlight, personal life of Buddy Valastro. Buddy and Elisabetta Lisa Valastro married on October 14, 2001. Until 2014, Valastro resided in East Hanover Township, New Jersey, with their 4 children, Sophia, Bartolo, Buddy 3, Marco, and Carlo. As of 2014, he has resided in Montville, New Jersey. His stepfather is Sergio Piccinch. His 4 older sisters and their husbands appear frequently in his television shows: Grace and Joey Fano, Maddalena and Mauro Castano, Mary and Joe Ciarone, and Lisa Valastro. Lisa's former husband, Remy Gonzalez, left the show after his arrest for sexual assault of a 13-year-old girl in 2010. He was sentenced to 9 years in prison for the assault in 2012. His brother-in-law, Maurizio Belgiavine, is the director of operations at Carlo's Bakery. On November 13, 2014, he was arrested for driving while intoxicated. His driver's license was suspended for 90 days and he paid a $300 fine. In September 2020, Valastro had his right dominant hand impaled by a pin setter at his home bowling alley. His sons and other family members rescued him by cutting him out of the machine. He underwent 2 emergency surgeries and several subsequent surgeries. He said in November 2023 that he had gotten back about 95% of the strength in his hand. Buddy V's Duff Goldman. Fans of cake boss Buddy Valastro have a lot to be excited about these days. The baker behind Carlo's Bakery recently launched his virtual brand, Buddy V's Cake Slice, so fans across the United States can have a fresh slice of his most popular cakes within half an hour of ordering. To celebrate the launch, Buddy talked with MASH during an exclusive interview to explain a little more about the new brand. Of course, he also filled MASH in on the last season of Buddy V's Duff and his relationship with his competitor. While they might be duking it out for the title in the baking competition, it turns out the 2 master bakers are pretty close. Buddy explained just how well they hit things off when they originally met. Me and Duff are good friends. I guess Season 1, which is crazy, and people don't believe us. But we knew of each other, but we didn't know each other, he said. And over the years of being able to kind of start to work together, he and his team are amazingly talented artists. And I have the utmost respect for them, and they have the utmost respect for us, he added. The jovial spirit doesn't stop some smack talk, though. We're still boys enough where we bust each other's chops a little bit. It's like we're like 2 guys on a basketball court, Buddy joked. The best part of all might be that Buddy Valastro gets an inside look at some of the precious photos Duff Goldman takes and shares of his daughter, Josephine. He wants into his daughter, who's beautiful and adorable, Valastro said, and I'll send her clothes, and they'll send me a picture. Oh, she's in Uncle Buddy's outfit today, he added. The 2 share a great friendship. Even then, the pair of celebrity bakers still have their eyes on winning Buddy versus Duff. But perhaps Buddy more so than Duff. He's a great guy. Look, do we want to win? Yeah. And do I think that he brings out the best in me and I bring out the best in him? Yeah, he said. But if it makes sense, even though I want to win, I'm not rooting against him. You know what I'm saying? He added. No matter how hot the competition may get, he is quite happy to have a friend like Goldman. He was one of the first people with my injury who texted me, and he was back and forth with me. So we have a really good relationship, he explained. Who is Duff Goldman? Jeffrey Adam Duff Goldman, born December 17, 1974, is an American businessman, pastry chef, television personality, and writer. He is the executive chef of the Baltimore-based Charm City Cake Shop, which was featured in the Food Network reality television show Ace of Cakes, and his second, Los Angeles-based shop, Charm City Cakes West, which is featured in Food Network's Duff Till Dawn and Cake Masters series. His work has also been featured on the Food Network Challenge, Iron Chef America, Oprah, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Man vs. Food, Buddy vs. Duff, Duff Takes the Cake, and Duff's Happy Fun Bake Time. Goldman was born in Detroit, Michigan, to a Jewish family. Goldman's nickname, Duff, came about when he was a baby. His toddler brother, Willie Goldman, was unable to pronounce Jeffrey and kept saying, Duffy. When he was 4 years old, his mother caught him in her kitchen wielding a meat cleaver and watching food personality Chef Tell. After the divorce of his parents when he was 10 years old, Goldman resided in both Northern Virginia and the town of Sandwich, Massachusetts, on Cape Cod. In 1992, Goldman attended McLean High School in McLean, Virginia, where he played on the Highlanders ice hockey team. In 1993, he graduated from Sandwich High School. At the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC, he earned a bachelor's degree in East Asian history with a minor in ethics. Thereafter, he attended Corcoran College of Art and the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone in Napa Valley, California. From age 14, he began to work in kitchens. His first job was at a bagel store at a mall. Goldman also worked as a fry cook at McDonald's. Goldman has said that when he was a sophomore in college, he went to the Baltimore restaurant Charleston, which he considered the finest restaurant in Baltimore. Aspiring to be a cook there, he applied. The head chef, Cindy Wolf, looked at his resume and noted that it consisted of irrelevant experience. However, Cindy did offer him a job to make cornbread and biscuits only, and this is what Goldman cites as the turning point in his career. He worked under acclaimed chefs in California, including a stage air position at the French Laundry and as executive pastry chef of the Vail Cascade Hotel in Colorado. He returned to Washington, D.C., to work at Todd English's restaurant, Olives, baking bread. In 2002, Goldman made forays into the food industry when he started his own business by opening his bakery called Charm City Cakes. Initially, his cake sales began as he worked out of his house in Charles Village in Baltimore, Maryland, with the help of 2 assistants he employed. As demand grew, he hired more employees, hiring painters, architects, and sculptors to work on the development and expansion of his bakery. Charm City Cakes frequently uses blowtorches, as well as power tools such as grinders and drills, to help create the underlying supports of cakes. Goldman has made cakes for former President Barack Obama during his second inaugural ball in 2013, novelist Tom Clancy, the cast of Lost, the 30 Rock cast, along with a cake prop, actor Sir Roger Moore, and for pop singer Katy Perry's birthday video. In 2022, Goldman competed in Season 7 of The Masked Singer as McTerrier of Team Good. After the performance of Loverboy's Working for the Weekend, McTerrier's mask accidentally came off, and he had to shield his head while the panelists shielded their eyes until a crew member had to run out and put the mask back on. He was the first to be eliminated. Goldman is a judge on several Food Network cooking competitions, such as the Holiday Baking Championship, Spring Baking Championship, and Kids Baking Championship. He co-hosts The Last Show with Valerie Bertinelli. He has appeared in Guy's Grocery Games, most notably the Season 25, Episode 18 episode titled Delivery All-Star Hanukkah, in which he competed against Aaron May and Eric Greenspan, and the judges were Antonia Lofaso, Catherine McCord, and Jonathan Waxman, all of whom are of Jewish descent, except for Ms. McCord, whose husband is Jewish. As of 2021, Goldman lives in Los Angeles, California. He played bass guitar in an indie rock band. He later became the bass player in the band Foie Gras, a play on foie gras and rock and roll. He states his alternate dream job would be to perform as a bass player with the band Clutch. Goldman has made a wedding cake for Clutch's lead singer, Neil Fallon. In addition, Fallon's younger sister and Goldman's friend from college, Mary Alice Falonifsky, works at Charm City Cakes as the office manager. Goldman is Jewish. He is involved in tzedakah. In an interview with Hillel, the Foundation for Jewish Campus Life, Goldman said, "Tzedakah is very important to me. I've been so fortunate with everything that has happened to me. It would be a crime not to give back." On April 2nd, 2018, Goldman proposed to Jonah Colbury, whom he later married. On September 25th, 2019, Goldman spoke at Cornell University, discussing the importance of Jewish identity and tzedakah in his life. On August 8th, 2020, the couple announced they were expecting their first child, expected in January 2021. In January 2021, their daughter was born. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and check out another of our interesting videos, transcribed by HTP Slaughter.